I have started and stopped so many times in my fitness journey that I honestly stopped counting. And it doesn't help that I struggle with emotional eating from time to time. But one thing about me is that I refuse to give up on myself. I know that the only way I could truly fail is if I completely give up. So if I have to start over 1,000 times, you best believe I'm gonna start over those 1,000 times and I'm gonna get up every single time. As long as God graces me and gives me the strength and ability to move my body, you best believe I'm gonna keep on fighting. So welcome to my fitness journey, and if this journey is something that you're interested in following along, be sure to subscribe. But without further ado, let's get into my current workout split while in my weight loss journey. Day one of my split is chest and triceps. For this first exercise, I'm doing what's called a chest press. I first start off with 5 reps for my warm-up set. A warm-up set is good just to get your muscles ready for the workout. And then my next 2 sets are called working sets. Working sets are the sets where you're really going to be putting that work in. And just a quick disclaimer, I am typically a lower body girl. I love training lower body, but this year I decided to try something different. I wanted to strengthen my upper body, so that's why I asked my husband when he created me the split. Actually, I asked him if he could include some upper body days as well, which is why I currently have 2 upper body days and 1 lower body day. But your girl decided to try to put a 25 plate on, and as you can see, I was getting that weight up. I'm proud of myself. The goal for both of my working sets is to get at least 6 to 10 reps, but my main goal is to really work until failure. That's how I really know I'm optimizing my muscle growth. For this last set, I love the ambition. I wanted to see if I could do 2 plates on each end. As you can see, that didn't work out, but I'm glad I at least tried because I know what to work towards now. So I took off a plate and I decided to put back on the 25s on each side, and I just finished my last set with this weight. It's okay if you couldn't get that weight up, just work towards it. Now you have a new goal in mind, and don't feel embarrassed if you can't get the weight up. Don't have the walk of shame when you got to put them weights back because you couldn't lift them. You doing something that is one step closer to your goal, so don't ever feel embarrassed. And you showing up to the gym, period, is just honorable. So keep going and you got this. So our next exercise is called the tricep dip. My husband was helping me use this machine because it was actually my first time. There was somebody on another tricep machine that I wanted to use, so I just used this one instead. For this exercise, he only has me doing 1 set at 6 to 10 reps, but I think I ended up doing 2 sets because initially I only had a 25 on each side, but that was too light for me. So I ended up switching those out for a plate, and these seemed just right. And I got my 6 to 10 reps. As you can see, I did have to adjust my form. Make sure that you have proper form. That is so important because if you don't have proper form, you could actually end up hurting yourself. Then you ain't gonna be able to work out and it could just mess up your gains and you're gonna be all in your head. Yeah, just do it right the first time so you don't gotta double back. Also, another quick disclaimer, this split involves 2 chest workouts and 2 tricep workouts. I would have done both of my tricep workouts together and then both of my chest workouts together, but there were people on the machines that I needed, so sometimes that'll happen and you'll have to adjust, but that's just fine. As long as you're getting it done, that's what really matters. This next workout is called tricep extensions. Now he doesn't have me doing a warm-up set. I'm assuming it's because I've already done 1 tricep movement, but for this exercise he has me doing 2 working sets with 6 to 10 reps. Now that I'm looking back at the footage, I kind of feel like my form could have been better, but bear with me, y'all. I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm just now getting into consistently training my upper body, and I will be getting more feedback from my husband as I go further along in this journey. But nonetheless, we getting this workout done. Don't get me wrong though, I am starting to see some muscle definition back there in that tricep area. I'm definitely happy about that. I ain't trying to look like no man or nothing, but I ain't mad at a little muscle definition, you know, a little pop, little muscle here and there. I'll take it. But I just want to make a quick side note. Notice how I have full control over the weight. Although the weight is challenging, and you can tell because I'm shaking a little bit while I'm holding it, but it's a weight that I could still handle. I'm not breaking form. I'm still getting a good exercise. I'm still stimulating my muscles well, but I have great control over the weight. Our next exercise is called chest flies. Let me tell y'all a little something about this one here. This bad boy, this machine it will have you sore. If this is a movement you're not used to, in which it was something that I was fairly new to, oh my goodness, y'all, you're really going to feel that soreness. But you will start to see them gains as well. And for this workout, or for this exercise, he had me doing 2 sets with 6 to 10 reps again. One little thing he taught me that really helped me a lot was to have a slight bend in my elbow, because at first when I did this exercise, I would really feel it in my forearms. And I'm not really trying to have beefy forearms. I just feel like that's more of a masculine thing to really desire. But I noticed that once I started having a slight bend in my elbow, it really helped me to target my chest instead of my forearms. And I want to just give a little shout out to my husband. I really thank God for him, because this whole workout split and me being consistent for the last 30 days with getting at least 10,000 steps or more, it was really inspired by my husband holding me accountable. He told me, you know what, let's tackle one thing that you can commit to. Let's make sure you get at least 10,000 steps every single day, and we will work on your calories, but let's just make sure we can at least master one thing and everything else will follow. But just building that discipline has really been helping me, and I just really do thank God for that, man. But I just want y'all to take note on how I'm really trying to push each rep until failure. That's how you know you're giving the exercise all you got. Next day of our split is back and abs. I'm starting off with lat pull downs. We're doing 2 working sets with, again, 6 to 10 reps. I'm not gonna lie, looking back at this footage, I was a bit upset, because this is another side note, but I am a woman of God, and I really do try to be careful with what I wear. I never want to wear anything that's tempting to anyone else, or that's going to misrepresent Christ in me. And that's just my conviction. You know, I don't judge people and what they wear to the gym, but there are certain things that I choose not to wear. And these particular leggings, they have a butt scrunch, which I didn't know that when I bought them. So typically when I wear these leggings, you're going to see me wearing a bigger shirt, in which I'm wearing a men's t-shirt, and I wore that intentionally to cover up my behind. But while I was doing this workout, I see that the shirt was not covering me up, and that upsetted me, because I don't know, you could call me reserved, conservative, whatever you want to call it, but I just go off of the conviction of the Holy Spirit that I have in me, and I'm just very intentional with what I wear. So I don't know, I'm going to try to find a way to cover that up. But again, 6 to 10 reps for 2 sets. Make sure you're controlling the weight. For this next exercise, I'm honestly not sure what this machine is called, but another variation would be doing what's called rack pulls, or doing back extensions. My goal is to target my lower back, and initially he had me doing stiff leg RDLs, but I asked him if I could switch it out for a more isolated back workout, where I would be directly working my lower back instead of my legs and my back, or another body part in my back, because I'm already doing RDLs for my next split, or my next day in my split, and my hamstrings were cooked last time I tried to do that. So instead of doing stiff leg RDLs, I traded those out for this one. For this one, I'm doing 3 sets with 6 to 10 reps on each set. I'm going heavier towards the end, and I like with this machine that you can adjust how far down you want to go. I'm not sure what the thing is called. I'm just going to call it a leverage. You can control how low or how high you want it to go, and that'll target different parts of your back. But my goal was to target my lower back as close to my glutes as possible, because I'm trying to get that separation in my lower back and my glutes, and this machine has really been helping me do that. The standard back extension machine that people typically use for this body part is a really great machine to use in order to target your lower back, but I find myself that it kind of strains my hamstrings just due to the gravitational pull that you have to, kind of the position that you have to be in while on that machine. It just strains my hamstrings, and so I find that being able to sit down but still do this movement is just a little bit more comfortable for me. This next exercise is called back rows. My husband jumped in on the set with me, and look at this man. Like, this man is strong, y'all. He got a great future ahead of him. I'm so proud of him. I mean, those muscles speak for themselves, and I just love this man, y'all. For this exercise, he has me doing 1 warm-up set at 5 reps and 2 working sets, again at 6 to 10 reps. And I made sure to go heavier with each set that I did. But do y'all notice how my shirt is covering my behind? That is how I thought all the clips were looking like, but apparently not. So I did not keep in all the sets. I just kept in this one, but I think y'all get the picture. Make sure you're controlling the weight, and make sure you're going heavy. The last exercise he has for day 2 of our split is abs. He actually put ab crunches, but someone was on a machine, so I did these instead. I believe these are called leg raises, and let me just tell you, these are not a joke. I remember when I first started my fitness journey and I used to do these with my husband all the time. I was only able to do like 6 of them, and after that I was out of there, y'all. I'm like, no, I don't even want to look at the machine. Get me away from that thing. So I have progressed a long way. I think for the first set I did like 12 of these, and then I just switched to doing the little knee tucks because this is a very tiring workout. So when I feel like I burn out with the leg raises, I switched to the knee tucks, and I did 3 sets of these until burnout. And don't feel like you have to do as many as me. I kind of went hardcore on these because this used to be an exercise that I hated. So I don't know, I'm just challenging myself to new heights, new levels this year. Day 3 of our split is leg day. We all love our leg days. So I'm starting off with the hip thrust, and also this was a new gym, so that was pretty cool that I could record all 3 different days of my split at 3 different gyms just to change up the scenery sometimes. Sometimes you need a new environment, you know, and that will really have an effect on your day. But for this exercise, he has me doing 1 warm-up set at 6 reps and 2 working sets at 6 to 10 reps. And I started off with 2 plates. I used to start off with 1 plate, but I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten pretty strong with doing the hip thrust machine because I used to do it so consistent that it's gotten to the point where your girl can start off with 2 plates. So I like to also do a 10-second hold at the end, well 5 to 10 seconds just depending on how fatigued I'm feeling, because that really is going to get them glutes activated. You're going to be feeling sore after, but that soreness is going to let you know that you worked the right body parts of your glutes. So for the next 2 sets, I believe I just kept it at 3 plates, but I know I could do more weight than that. I think that the belt around your waist, it kind of just be hurting me. Like, I don't know how people be hip thrusting without any type of padding. Like, I have to take my hat off to those girls because this pad, like the way that this machine is set up with the pad, that this still hurts me. So to do it with the bar and no pad at all, those girls are beasts. I'm not gonna lie to you. And my husband is so sweet. He stopped his workout to come over there and help me take off the plates. I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the hardest part of the workouts. Like having to load and deload the plates, it is a workout in itself. But the next exercise, we have leg extensions. He has me doing 3 sets of this exercise at 6 to 10 reps. I started off with 1 plate, but notice how I'm controlling the weight. And I try to almost squeeze at the top because that's where you're going to really feel that muscle activation. At some gyms, they have the leg extension machine to where you can actually change where you feel the tension at. I didn't know really how to work this machine, so I couldn't tell if I could change the leverage or not. But nonetheless, I knew I was activating my quads. And I don't actually train my quads as much. When I first started my fitness journey, honey, I was a quad training queen. Like, I loved training quads back then, but I became quad dominant, and now I'm really trying to work and play catch up with my glutes and hamstrings. So I really do not train quads as often. I'm kind of surprised that he put it in my split, but I guess I do have to train it still. I can't just neglect them completely, but I definitely don't train them as often as I used to. For the last set, we did 3 plates. Again, my goal is to go heavier each set, and you want to make sure you're training until failure. But man, do y'all see the vascularity in my arms? Like, if only I could get my legs that vascular. Just if only, man. My dang on genetics got it to where I'm so lean in my arms and I have most of my fat in my lower body. But it's all right though, y'all. We working on it. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. And I love the way God made me. I ain't over here trying to complain. Lord, forgive me. This next exercise is called hamstring curls. I actually prefer to do seated hamstring curls, but I ain't gonna lie, I did not know how to work the machine here at this particular gym. So I just did this machine where you have to lay down, and I did 2 sets at 8 to 12 reps. Notice how I'm going slow and I'm really controlling the weight. For our last exercise of our leg day, we have RDLs, and he has me doing 2 sets of these at 8 to 12 reps. I started off with 25 pounds, and I have to say I might go lower next time just because I noticed that the next day I was feeling soreness in my lower back. And granted, you're kind of going to feel that just depending on your form with RDLs, but my goal was not to target my lower back. My goal was to target my glutes with this. That's why I had a slight bend in my knee. Had I had my legs stiff, that would really target my hamstrings and my lower back, but I was really trying to work on my glutes on this particular day. So the fact that I had soreness in my lower back, that's not normally something I have, But I was trying to think what did I change? And the only thing that I changed is that I went heavier. So I think I'm really going to focus on getting my form down pat, and then eventually over time I'll increase the weight. But my goal is to target the correct body part that I'm aiming for, which again, this day I was looking to train my glutes, and I want to have the right form. Proper body mechanics and training is so important. You don't want to be injuring yourself. And I want to say I haven't been lifting for super long or anything. I've only been lifting for about 2.5 years. But in my opinion, one of the hardest workouts to get down pat and to have proper form in, I would say it's RDLs. Like, I see people who are more experienced in weightlifting than me, and they say that they struggle with having proper form. Like, I remember hearing that guy Sam Sulik. He's really big on YouTube and just in the fitness arena. I remember him saying that he struggled with RDLs for a long time. So I say that to say, be patient and graceful with yourself. I pray that you enjoyed this video and that you find some value. Let me know in the comment section if you have. I love you. Jesus Christ loves you. Peace, love, and blessings. And please, if you will, like, comment, and subscribe. God bless.